Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Tool Show with me, Master Dan, the Journeyman shooter. And we're out here, it's a beautiful morning, and I'm up in Crescent Heights as usual, just doing one of our quick little coffee time segments. And it's a caramel drizzle this morning, and we all know why Snoop Dogg drinks this kind of coffee. Faux drizzle. Just kidding, I gotta stop telling that joke, it's horrible. But once I get some more sponsors that maybe have some coffee that can kind of send them my way, that'd be awesome, because then I can feature their coffee instead of doing my, whatever it is, the same caramel drizzle joke every single episode. But hopefully someday it'll get bigger and better, and that's the plan. So now, what would we talk about today? And it's gorgeous out. I figured we'd get up early and do something good with the day. And I also have an appointment to go donate blood in a little bit here, so there's another good thing that I'm gonna do with my day. And what can we do? What can we talk about that's good for your day? And well, that's it, doing something good for your day. Maybe giving away to charity or donating something that you have that you're not using. And that's a good thing, especially there's a lot of people out there that don't have the luxuries that everybody else has. They might not have a good job, or they might not be able to get the job because they have a problem in their life. And who knows, it's tough, because there's a lot of people out there that just can't do the same things. They weren't born with privilege, so they've had to work 100 times harder than anybody else just to get to normal, and that's tough. So sometimes you got to help those people, and they do need help. And sometimes it's tough because they don't even know when to ask for help, because it takes a lot. You have to be it takes a lot of, I don't know, inner strength to kind of come forward and say, hey, I do need some help, I have a problem, or whatever, basically. But today there's a lot of people that don't have blood in them, and that's why I'm going out and donating blood. They said they needed 60,000 units of blood within the next 2 months, and I know personally I'm only going to do 1 unit, so I don't know where we're going to get the 59,000 other ones. Maybe if they started like selling that, or giving you some kind of incentive. I know in the States that's what they do. They offer you like 50 bucks a pop to donate your blood, and geez, could you imagine? That'd be a great meal for whoever was actually doing something good with their day. And I know that our government says they don't want us to do that because then we're giving incentives for people to donate blood, but really they're doing something good with their day, so why not? I always think an incentive doesn't hurt, especially if anything, it's going to get more people out there. But that's just my own personal thing, and I can't decide everything for the government. But other than that, there's a lot of other things you can do. I know I had a TV last week that was I was cleaning my room, and it's been sitting there for years. It was one of those big tube style TVs. I think it weighed 150 pounds basically, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I'm just going to go recycle this, but it still worked fine. And I know I've had family members. There was a couple that lived up north while they were working in the oil patch, and my one cousin, he really needed like a TV real bad, and that was his thing. Like he didn't have a TV, and it really affected him because he didn't have any way to relax at night. When you go home and you're so stressed from working all day and you don't even have something to watch or something that makes you feel good, then it's tough. And that's what a lot of people aren't that privileged enough to have it. Even if you have a decent job, the money's going to different things most of the time, and a lot of the time you got that job for a reason. You have to pay off a bill, or you have to pay off other things, and it's tough because you can't really dig yourself out of a hole when you're always working to try to dig out of that original hole there. But it's just that's what it is. So sometimes you got to help some people, and I had this TV and I put an ad online instead of going and donating it to, or instead of going and recycling it and getting rid of it, because it still worked. So I went and put my ad on Kijiji or whatever, and some guy sent me an email. I didn't know who he was or anything, and he just said, hey, is the TV still for sale, or is this TV still free? Because I put it up as free because I was going to donate it anyways, or I was going to recycle it anyways. So I put it as free, and the guy said, can you drop it by? And I said, well, I can't really go very far. It's a 150-pound TV by myself, or a 100-pound TV by myself, but okay, so where do you live? And he lived in the opposite side of town, so I had to drive all the way over. But when I got over there, I seen that he was watching like a 12-inch TV screen with his wife, and it was really small, and I felt kind of bad because really there's people out there that do need these TVs. They're watching on the littlest tiny TV that you can imagine, and it's tough because when you're squinting the whole time, how do you really watch it? Even there's no speakers on the little thing, so you had to plug in headphones or a little mini speaker, and one nightmare after the next. So I helped the guy, drove it, I lugged it down out of my 6th floor apartment, then drove it across town, helped him lug it up to his 3rd floor apartment, and then he hooked it up, and he's having a great time. So I'm so happy that it actually went to somebody that deserved it, or that needed it, and it just didn't get recycled, because recycling's good, and that's another good thing that you can do. You can take some cans back, or you can go recycle your electronics that you aren't using anymore. But a lot of the time that recycling, it's just doesn't go to the places that money would have gone if you would have just given it to somebody in charity or somebody that really needs it. And I know there's a lot of people that collect bottles, and usually what I'll do is I'll collect a little bag and kind of just go give them to one of those guys just because it's good, or I'll just go cash them myself and give them the change, because that's much easier than having to drag these bottles all around town and hop on some kind of transit or whatever and do your bottle thing. But it's tough, and then it gets back to it just goes back to charity. Basically, that's kind of all you want to do, is help the world be something better. Because I don't know, I know a lot of people, they're really down on the world because there's not much going on. The jobs are slow, the economy is down, there's war all over the world, violence everywhere, fighting. You got to turn off the news basically, because there is not much good news on the news anymore. And that's why having somebody positive like myself that can kind of at least give you some ideas of where to go and what to do with your time is better than sitting there watching negativity basically, because negative things aren't going to get you very far in life. It's just going to get you more negative. So you want to be positive, and you want to go out there and you want to do the right thing and help people and know who to ask basically. So that's why I'm here. I've got a lot of different resources. I was a certified mentor when I was a young guy, so lucky enough I've been able to actually work with other certified mentors, and they've taught me different ways and lessons and techniques of how to get ahead in life, how to set those 5-year goals of where you're going to go, and how to help other people so that you can change the world around you. Because Michael Jackson once said it, if you want to see a change in the world, you got to start with the man in the mirror. You can't just sit there and expect the world to change for you. You got to actually get out there and do something. So that's why I'm here talking to you guys. You got to get out, do something good. And getting up early is a great idea, because then you're ahead of everybody else. And I know, especially where I live, it's tough because the East Coast is 2 hours ahead of where I am, and the West Coast is 1 hour behind. So I've got to get up somewhere in the middle if I want to try to be a successful person of the area. And that's it. So I get up real early, and you get up, you go out, you donate, you do good things with your time basically. The sun rises up, big Chinook out there, the city looks beautiful, the river's flowing, it's awesome. So why not get up, go out, do something good, and you can go donate to charity. You can go, I don't know, do whatever you want basically. Go donate your blood, go donate your time, because I know even now it's tough because there's not a lot of money out there. So how are people donating? I know my community access channel that I've worked with for the last 4 years, it's been one of the best moments of my life, was getting my own TV show on this channel, and it really changed my world. There's a lot of people out there, you can't afford to start your own TV show on your own without any kind of experience or any kind of help. And that's where these people at Shaw, they were the most amazing people I could ever imagine. They helped me, taught me so many things, helped me learn the business side of it. I started a corporation, Tool Show Entertainment Inc., and now we're kind of moving along. So that's the goal, is to kind of keep moving forward and to keep using those lessons that my mentors and everybody else taught me, and they donated their time so that I could donate it to other people in the future, and we can change the world together. That's just the plan. That's what everybody wants to do. They want to make sure that their community is the best, and you want to be happy, you want to be positive, and you don't want to be negative, because you're just going to dwell on that same stuff all the time. And sure, it's fun once in a while to get a good old negative joke in there, but yeah, you gotta keep the positivity the rest of the time, and that's what it is. So all I wanted to say is get up there, donate, get up early, try to change the world, because you can't just do it sitting in your living room. Well, I guess you can if you go online enough and you share my videos, or you subscribe, or you like them, you leave some positive comments. Man, you guys can change the world no matter what, and we can do it together. So why not do that? Join up teams. The more people on your team, the better you are. And I know I had friends one time that said when we were camping, the more people, the better. So why not have some fun and let's get together. So for Tool Show, I'm Master Dan, the Journeyman Shooter. Get out there and let's do some good things for the world.